Assalamu alaikum students. This is Wahid Yusuf, your English teacher, with another lecture on the topic narration. And in today's lecture, we'll discuss sentences starting with let. See, we have almost completed some major sentences in which we have already discussed assertive sentences, interrogative sentences, exclamatory sentences, optative sentences, imperative sentences. We have discussed all these sentences one by one, and before that we have discussed the general rules which are followed in every sentence, and then we discussed these sentences one by one, and we also talked about the specific rules which are followed in these certain kinds of sentences. And now today we'll discuss these sentences starting with let. Yes, there are other miscellaneous sentences, but we should focus on these sentences. Sentences like assertive, interrogative, exclamatory, optative, imperative, and sentences starting with let. See, as far as the sentences starting with let are concerned, see, sentences starting with let. As far as these sentences are concerned, these sentences express certain things. For example, they express proposal, they express suggestion, they express order, and sometimes they mean to allow. So we'll see how these sentences are changed from direct to indirect speech. Yes, we have some 2-3 methods of changing sentences starting with let, but I'll focus on 2 methods for your ease. We'll discuss 2 methods how we can change certain sentences starting with let in one method by using one method, and how we can change certain sentences by using another method. So let's start. See, as far as this let is concerned, it expresses proposal, suggestion, order, and it also means to allow. For example, I'll give an example. Proposal. Let us go to Gulmarg. It is a proposal. For example, order. Let us leave the bag there. It will be safe there. So it is a suggestion. For allow, for example, let him go. Simply let him go. It means to allow him to go. See, when sentences start with let, see what we do. First method, we change a reporting verb said. That is, we change reporting verb into proposal. Proposed, suggested, ordered, etc. Proposed, suggested, ordered. See, first thing is we change reporting verb into proposed, suggested, ordered. Second, conjunction that is used. And third thing, let is replaced by should. Let is replaced by should in the indirect speech. I don't understand what has happened to these markers. They are not writing properly. So three things are here, 3 points to remember that we change, it is first method, when we change reporting verb said into proposed, suggested, ordered, proposed, suggested, ordered, and then conjunction that is used, in the indirect speech, and then let is replaced by should in the indirect speech. For example, now we'll write an example and I'll make you understand how this is done. The teacher said to his fellows, let us invite the principal for the function. The teacher said to his fellows, let us invite the principal to the function. See, we must understand this, what it means. It means it is a proposal. This teacher is proposing something to his fellows. Oh, my fellows, we shall go and we shall invite our principal to the function. So we should write the teacher proposed. The teacher proposed his fellows. Then I'll write here that. See, we cannot write, we have to replace this should, we have to replace this let by should. So, but we shall write this us will become, us is first person plural, but objective, but we have to make it subject. So subject will become we, but the teacher is third person singular. So the third person, it will change according to the subject. Subject is third person singular. So third person plural is they. So we shall write the teacher proposed his fellows that they, and let will be replaced by should. That they should invite the principal to the function. So you might have understood now how we can change a sentence by using this method. The teacher said to his fellows, let us invite the principal to the function. The teacher proposed his fellows that they should invite the principal to the function. This us, it became they, because according to the rule of pronouns, it will change into the teacher, and the teacher is a third person singular and third person plural is they, and then let is not written instead of let. We wrote should, because this is a rule. Should is written instead of let, and then the rest of the sentence. So it became they should invite the principal to the function. I'll write another example here. She said to her son, let's help the poor. So this one, it is a proposal and a suggestion as well. So how shall we change it? See, she, again these markers, she suggested her son. She proposed her son. That She proposed her son that, see, they, instead of let, should help the poor. They should help the poor. Another sentence I write. They said. They said. Okay, it will become sentence like this. I'll add some other sentence this time. He said to the peon. He said to the peon. Let us play cricket. Let us play cricket. So we shall write he proposed the peon that they should play cricket. See, if we think there are only we can simply write proposed. We can simply, because all these orders, all these suggestions, they have some proposal in them. They have some proposal in them. So you can simply write, let us. It is a proposal. It is a proposal. So we can write suggested. We can write ordered as well. But the sentence that should support. If this sentence looks like an order, then you should write ordered here. If this looks like a suggestion, then you should write suggested here. If this looks like a proposal only, you should simply write proposed. You should simply write proposed. So this is one method. See, second method, that is particularly used with those sentences where the sentences mean to allow. Where the sentences mean to allow. That method is particularly used with those in those sentences, in converting those sentences. For example, how that is done? See, when it means to allow, see what happens. It doesn't need certain rules here. Just like in the first method, we observed that we are changed said into proposed, suggested, and this ordered, and then conjunction that that is used, and then this should is replaced, let is replaced by should. See what happens here. Reporting verb. That is, we imagine it is said. Reporting verb said is changed into allowed. Is changed into allowed. Reporting verb is changed into allowed. And the sentence is changed into infinitive. Just like imperative sentences. What the rule we followed in imperative sentences, that rule is this. For example, I'll give you an example and you will understand this. I have a bundle of markers, but they are not writing. The man said, let the boys go home. Let the boys go home. So what does it mean? It indicates that they are allowed. They are allowed. So we'll write the man allowed the boys to go home. So this let is removed, it is omitted. I forgot. Let is omitted. So the man allowed. The man allowed. This said became allowed. Said becomes allowed when we have sentence like this. The man allowed the boys to go home. To go home. So this is imperative here, to go home. Another sentence. She said let him do his homework. Let him do his homework. Sorry, I wrote said. She allowed him to do his homework. She allowed him to do his homework. She will write another example. The principal said to the peon. The principal said to the peon, let the boys come. Let the boys see. Watch this sentence because we have this object here. See, this is just like an order for a peon. See, we shall write the principal ordered the peon. See, this is just like, but it allows someone. The principal ordered the peon to allow the boys come. See, one thing first, if we have it in method second, for example, in method first, we change the reporting movement order suggested or this proposed. Order suggested and proposed. See, in this method, it means to allow. We can change the reporting verb to allowed. But when there is no object, this is just a tip. Otherwise, you can understand the sentence yourself and you can convert it yourself. When there is no object, we can write. For example, if this sentence would have been like this, the principal said only this. The principal said, let the boys come in. We shall write, the principal allowed the boys come in. Now, this principal, the principal said to someone, she said to the peon that the peon should let the boys come in. So that is why we wrote the principal ordered the peon. Then we wrote to allow the boys come in. So we replaced this let and we placed a word that is allow instead of let. So this is understood. You better understand the sentence first and then change, because sometimes the sentence becomes twisted. We should think first and then change that. And for example, if you are not able to do that, you can use any of the methods in any way. For example, we can also use the first method here. We can write the principal ordered the peon. That the boys should come. So this is another way of changing this sentence from direct to indirect. So both the methods you can change them, you can use them vice versa. You can use them. This method can be used for those sentences and that method can be used here. Just I was telling you how two methods are changed, how two methods are used. So yes, there are other methods, but these two are more reliable, and we can change certain sentences by using these two methods. So you should understand these two methods, and you should change sentences using these two methods from direct to indirect. I shall write another sentence here. He said, let the boys clean the ground. He allowed the boys to clean the ground. He allowed the boys to clean the ground. See, I should add one thing, that one second, I'll wrap this first. This is very important. Method 1 we have method second. Method 1 and method second. See, as far as this method first is concerned, it can be used in the sentences where there is order, suggestion, where there is a proposal, etc. And it can also be used in sentence which means to allow, which mean to allow. Sentences which mean to allow. You can use any of these methods as the convenience of the sentence, I just told you that the first one, it means ordered, it means this proposal, it means suggestion, and you should change the reporting of it to ordered, suggested, or proposal, mostly proposed, but in sentence second, in method second, if we have object, we can at that time we can say, for example, the principal ordered the peon, the principal suggested the peon, etc. Then we have to change that sentence into infinitive. But before that, we have to say order or something, and then we have to change that sentence into infinitive, and we have to place a word allow there. So these are the two methods by which we can change sentences starting with let from direct speech to indirect speech. I hope you might have understood these two methods. They are very easy, and I think I explained them to you in a very simple language. I always try to use simple language and simple methods, because I already told you that this is not an actual classroom. This is a virtual classroom, and you are not able to ask me questions directly while I am teaching. So that is why I'm doing it in a simple way. And with this, I conclude today's lecture. So have a good day, and Allah Hafiz. Thank you.